Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Kayla Lusby.
WMC Action News 5 Weekend starts now.
Thanks for watching WMC Action News 5 Weekend. It's Sunday, July the 9th, and here's a look from our High 5 camera. I'm Kayla Lusby, and for Kendall Downing this morning, Andrew Kozak is live in our First Alert Weather Center tracking our forecast. Good morning, Andrew.
This is where it all started. It was a dark night and the temperature was below freezing. And Wheeler says this is an example of one of the bullets that might have changed his life forever.
The community split when it comes to support for Coach Hugh Freeze. Some saying he is not innocent, others saying he's a great man.
WMC Action News 5's Kayla Lusby continues our team coverage from Oxford with the way Ole Miss players are offering support. Kayla.
Oxford is absolutely buzzing about the resignation of head coach Hugh Freeze. It was also trending worldwide on Twitter last night. We spoke to some fans today who are explaining their disappointment. Some say maybe he deserved it. Some say they're tired of the drama being brought to the Ole Miss campus. We also hear from a few players on Twitter who are showing their full support.
A crazy Caleb and a touchdown for the Rebels.
With a legacy of 2 victories against rival Alabama and 4 bowl games under his belt, Hugh Freeze has brought success to the Rebels. Now fans are upset at the scandal surrounding their school and their coach.
It's terribly sad to see Coach Freeze gone. I believe he's a great guy, so I personally don't think he did anything wrong.
Well, it's disappointing. He's a good coach, but there's just too many questions, I guess, with integrity and the program and the university.
But not all think Freeze is an innocent man.
Where there's smoke, there's got to be fire. I mean, it's been a long, drawn-out situation. It just seems like it kind of came to a head, and people get what's coming to them.
Freeze also faces a firestorm on social media, ridiculed for his religious tweets following allegations of using a university phone to call an escort service.
It was a mistake, but as Christians, we all make mistakes. None of us is perfect. There's only one man on this earth that was perfect, and that was Jesus Christ.
Players like former wide receiver Dante Moncrief took to Twitter saying, "I'm forever an Ole Miss Rebel." And current wide receiver Trey Bledsoe tweeting, "We can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Hashtag we still grinding." In Oxford, Kayla Lusby, WMC Action News 5.
Now, former Ole Miss coach Hugh Freeze's rise to fame started right here in Memphis. Known as being the head coach of Briarcrest Christian School, he coached a number of sports there. He coached Michael Orr and Greg Hardy in football. Orr and Hardy both went on to Ole Miss. Freeze was portrayed in the movie The Blind Side that told the story of Michael Orr, a young man adopted by a Memphis family. Now, we reached out to Briarcrest Christian School for comment. They declined to give one today. So what's next for the Ole Miss football team? Well, Matt Luke will now serve as the head coach for the 2017 season. Tonight at 6.
It was a long day for MLGW and their customers on Saturday. This after a social media post claims Zebo donated $1 million to help pay people's bills. MLGW says that rumor is false. They also say the receipts people received at dozens of kiosks showing their bill was a fraction of what they actually were was caused by a glitch. The company is calling it a decimal point issue. MLGW President Jerry Collins had a message for his clients.
We apologize for any inconvenience.
Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Kayla Lusby. We begin tonight with details of a gruesome murder after police discovered part of a missing Colorado woman's body in a suitcase inside a dumpster in Oklahoma, and they say there might be connection to the murder right here in Louisiana. That's our top story. Here's the scene where partial remains were found inside. Boulder police say the suspect, Adam Dinsmore, is accused of murdering Ashley Mead, a Boulder mom who went missing on February 14th when she didn't show up for work.
It's possible, however, investigators...
I've always told my wife, bad things happen on your way home.
It was 2 o'clock in the morning. Tyler Wheeler's shift had just ended when he saw a swerving Jeep heading south on Highway 165. Wheeler then went through the motions of a normal traffic stop at the Hideaway Lounge near Perryville.
I went back up to the vehicle and asked her to step out so we could perform some SFSTs, which is standard field sobriety test. And at that point in time, she pulled out a weapon, fired multiple shots.
This is where it all started. It was a dark night and the temperature was below freezing. And Wheeler says this is an example of one of the bullets that might have changed his life forever.
Agent Wheeler made it out alive despite being shot 4 times.
This one came out and actually hit me in the temple. That bullet went through both frontal lobes, and it hit the side of my skull, and it bounced into the back of my brain, and it's actually still there.
The last shot fired was deflected by Wheeler's bulletproof vest. Then a massive manhunt began. The alleged shooter, 31-year-old Amethyst Baird Rathor, was arrested on one count of attempted first-degree murder. 34-year-old Jeremy Gullett was also arrested, accused of helping Rathor escape and attempting to conceal the evidence. He is charged with accessory to attempted first-degree murder. Wheeler underwent weeks of treatment here at University Health in Shreveport.
And I was in an induced coma for 4 days after the shooting that, obviously I didn't wake up in. But people were able to come in and talk, and they'd say something, I wouldn't be able to talk back, but I'd either, I'd make some type of noise, or I'd move a hand, I'd move my eyes.
Weeks later, he was taken to Jackson Methodist Rehab Facility in Mississippi before returning home on February 11th.
You were shot 4 times.
Right, 4 times.
One went through your head.
Right.
Should you be alive right now?
I believe God had a part in every incident that took place that night. I believe he had his hand on every bullet that came out the gun, and I believe he directed where those bullets went. It wasn't my time to go.
Wheeler feels the breath in his lungs and his beating heart serve a purpose. That's why he plans to return to the force and continue to serve. Kayla Lusby, KTVE, NBC 10 News.
Firefighters have been working for multiple hours trying to put out the blaze, and they're still not done. Small fires have been popping up around the home over the last hour. And you know what? There's not much left of this home that used to sit on West Deborah Drive. MLGW shut down the problematic kiosk until the glitch is fixed. They are also looking into who started the social media firestorm.